Hello, my name is Bianco. In this video I will give an update in English about the situation in Austria. They did propose a couple days ago a complete banning of carrying knives. Messertrageverbot. Of course, they did make the wording of that proposed law not fixed, so there is of course many questions. That is always the same. They like to do that, so everybody is confused, and of course the people are then divided, because some gonna say, yeah, that is not that bad and that is all gonna work, and I'm a member of a group that has the privilege of exemption of that law, like from the police, or if you have a gun license or things like that. You know, it's all a nonsense and criminal misuse of the sovereignty of the citizen there. Anyway, so the Minister of the Interior, Gerhard Kramer, from the Austrian People Party, ÖVP, he also apparently was or is working as a policeman over there. Did had the great idea to ban carrying knives. So basically it would be like a gun-free zone, but in whole Austria. So it would not be locally, say by a school or by a hotspot of crime, say by a train station, say maybe in Vienna or something like that. It would be in whole Austria. And the way that he envisioned that law that he works on to propose to get through the government there is that basically nobody should be able to carry a knife legally, except you are member of the police, of course, quite likely of the military, and if you have a gun license, which of course many have, but still not everybody has a gun license or a hunting license for that matter, then of course you can carry a knife as you need it to as you go hunting, you know, for the animal and things like that. And of course also for the traditionalists, if you walk around in the lederhosen, maybe not every day, but maybe for Sunday, or if there is a festival or a gathering or church or whatever you have, you can actually there of course carrying your traditional knife as well. And to my surprise, it has also something in that proposed law that says that you can carrying a knife if you need it to process food. So that again is one part of that description in the law that is could go on the left side, on the right side. It could be depending on the policeman, on the judge, that then give you the fine. So for the fines, that if they catch you with a bladed object, and it doesn't matter how big or what kind the knife is, so even the small Swiss Army knife, the classic with the short blade, would be banned, because it simply said bladed objects in that proposed law. The fine would be 3,600 euro. So we can say it's about 3,500 US dollars, or 6 weeks prison time. So say if they catch you with such a dangerous weapon like the classic Swiss Army knife there, that you carry, first quite likely they would give you up to 3,600 euro fine. If they catch you again the second time, maybe you get up to 6 weeks prison time. And that Gerhard Kramer really thinks that's his great idea, that works, that is legal, and that gonna prevent crime and all that. So of course in Austria there is resistance against this nonsense because it affects the citizens' rights in a bold way, in a hard way. They were able to carry knives basically all the time, pretty much how they want. There is not much of a restriction in Austria, and that was never a problem in that regards either, that criminals did misuse it, except then from 2015 on the government in charge in Germany and Austria and Switzerland, speaking for the German speaking parts of Europe, had the great idea to let in all those foreign fake refugees. And of course, as that got public, that they can come and get free food and free housing and all that, many to the day come, because the borders are completely open, and the deterrent is still not there. So they come as they can come, really many and fast. And of course, you have a good percentage of criminals in that group that did come there. That is by nature, that is how that is. There is no denying in any way about that fact. And of course they misused knives and scissors, screwdrivers, machetes, axes, you name it, for crime, because it's plain simple. There is some plain simple rules. First, who isn't in the country cannot do crime. So if you close the border, if you lock it up, if you check, let in only the good people that come legally, that have a visa, you can prevent the criminals from coming in. Who is not there cannot do the crime. Second, criminals, doesn't matter, is it the criminals from the street, is it the criminals from the government, they do not obey any laws. They break the laws, they bend the laws, they laugh at the laws. Laws are not for them. Bannings are not for them. They don't care about it, they do it anyway. So this is a fact, because you could say, yeah, why would they have to ban the carrying of the knife now? Because serious crimes like murdering, stabbing, harming people with knives and pointed objects, that is already banned anyhow. I mean, forever is that banned in Austria. Like in other civilized countries, that is banned anyhow. Well, that is banned and is a crime, has its punishment, blah blah blah. The criminals don't care. They don't care about the law. They do the crime anyhow. So as we come back to the point one that I said, people that are not in the country cannot do the crime. That's the main reason, the main point. There you need to change the law. You need to get rid of the people that are illegal there, that do the crime. Remigration is a big word in Austria too. Remigration needs to come. It is mandatory. It has no alternative against it. If you are illegal in the country, if you do crime, you need to leave. That is how that is. Otherwise, Europe gonna be completely trashed, and it's currently, unfortunately, on the best way to get completely trashed. I watch at that from far. Nowadays with the internet it's a bit easier than back then, say on the fall of the East Germany, with only TV, with only like 3 TV stations and all that. But nowadays you see the pictures pretty well. Plus I have friends over there in Austria as well, people that I know, so we get the information firsthand. So yeah, all in all, I can just say, for me personally, as for my company, I do not support banning laws, especially not against knives, because that is hogwash, that is a nonsense, and especially Minister of the Interior that was by the police and maybe one time, as I did, had to go outside and deal with the crime. He should know better. He should know way better. And if he don't know any better, he is in the wrong position, and or he is paid by somebody to do that. Because let's face it, in Europe with the EU there is a great movement towards disarmament of the people, and it doesn't matter, is it firearms, legal firearms that they want to get rid of. They of course also want to get rid of knives, and especially carrying such items, so that everybody is basically the complete victim over there. And again, the criminals, they laugh at it. The criminals on the street laugh at it, because they're gonna carry the knife, they're gonna misuse the knife or anything else that they have how they want anyhow. So yeah, just saying, for me as a company owner, I do not support any banning. I'm strictly against it. I'm pro-freedom. That's why I did move all the way to USA, to have freedom and live as a free human. That is the goal in life, that everybody should have that. So I hope that Austria can prevent that law goes into effect, that they can push that away, that they can organize enough resistance to push it away and get rid of the whole thing. Last point, I want to tell you a bit about England at the moment, just in a short way. They work currently on banning and registering and make you get a permission for it, for crossbows, for broadhead arrowheads, that is basically wider blade style arrowheads, or hunting arrows fall also under that name. And also, guess what, they wanna ban swords. Isn't that crazy? So we all know, quite likely, we see every day in TV or in the internet the crime done in UK with swords. No, we don't, because there is pretty much no crime done with swords of pretty much any kind, you know. People have it over there in their collection. Some are sword stealers. It's a historical item, of course, for Europe. And of course there is also reenactments going on, and the people carry swords there. Maybe not even sharpened. I don't know. I never did do much of reenacting and all that. And of course some people have it at the houses on the walls or as decoration, say back then with Lord of the Ring, that was a craziness. Everybody wanted to have those swords as decoration on the wall. Those, as best as I know, are not sharpened, but of course you could sharpen it up too, you know. It's just a piece of questionable quality metal. You can sharpen that cuts a little bit. But anyway, you see, what I want to say is, if you give those liberals, those communists, those socialists, those gun grabbers, gun banners, knife grabbers, the little finger, they try to grab the whole hand. So don't give them the little finger, give them the middle finger. That is the system, how it works. It's your right, it's your freedom. You need to protect it, you need to fight for it. So that much in this video about the situation in Austria with the proposed knife carrying ban.